I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Monday, how was your weekend? Let's just shut that off. Thank you, Barbara. Just booked in. Got a couple of mini reads to do. If anyone else wants a mini read, that's what I'll be doing this morning. I'll also be doing a live twin flame reading as well, so stick around for that. But yeah, if you want a mini read, if you've got a question for your higher self, it doesn't have to be about twin flames or relationships. It can be about anything. Love, career, anything. Internal stuff, your healing, other people. So get those in. I've popped a link there in the live chat for that. If you're watching the replay, come along live sometime. Or if you're watching the replay, then you can book in for one of these as well. You don't have to make it live, because I will do it right at the start of the show if you've pre-booked it, just like I'm about to do. Alison has booked in, and Barbara's booked in too. Hey Lorna, hey Maria. How was your weekend? Was it good? Mine was good. It was quite quiet. I did remember the football team, the kids in northern Thailand who were trapped in the cave. Was it 5 years ago? 6 years ago? 5 years ago, I think. Trapped in that cave. Well, it was the anniversary of there was one guy that lost his life in that rescue. His name was Saman, and he was a former Navy SEAL, Thai Navy SEAL, and he was helping out and he lost his life. They're the only one that did, so it was pretty spectacular, that rescue, wasn't it? I believe they've made a series about it now. There's a lot of people from this island, because we have exceedingly concentrated amount of dive specialists on this island. They went and aided with the rescue. I believe some of them are in that series as well. I think some of them are actually acting in it. Anyway, it was the anniversary of his death, and all over Thailand, the CrossFit community were doing the same workout for him. And the workout was 8 rounds of 13 deadlifts. 13 was it the number of boys that were in, the number of people that were in the cave? 17 wall balls, heavy medicine ball thrown up to a target, catching it and squatting. 17 of them. 17 was the number of days that were in there, or it was the other way around, can't remember which. And then a 400-meter run. We did it 8 times. 8 times 400 meters was the length of that they were in that cave. It's a long way. A long way. And so, yeah, that's what we did. It was tough. I did it in 36 minutes. The cap was 40 minutes. One guy who was doing it with us, he didn't finish in time, but he did it anyway, he finished it up. I believe they did it in some other countries as well, but all over Thailand we were doing it. So it was kind of nice to be involved in that. It was a bit grueling though. So I took it easy yesterday. Hey, just me and the moon. Oh, hey Nat. Just Mandy and the moon. I remembered. Okay, let's get these mini reads done. Alison's up first. How's Jason feeling about you, Alison? Let's find out. How is Jason feeling about me? She asks. Alison. Oh, this is weird. Is this thought useful and joy? It's weird because feeling like positive and happy about you, but is this thought useful? Kind of judging themselves for it, kind of wishing. You know when we can get a bit gushy about someone, a bit happy about someone and gushy about them, and then we kind of think that that's inappropriate and we shouldn't be like that. When we squish our joy down, when we squish the good feelings down because we feel like we're being a bit of an idiot for feeling that way. That's what's going on here. Jason feels really good about you, but is thinking that he shouldn't feel that way. You know, we have these bandwidths of how good we'll allow ourselves to feel, how bad we'll allow ourselves to feel, and how good we'll allow ourselves to feel. And I don't know about you guys, but I started off way down from the amount of abuse that I went through and all of that crap. But making better and better decisions, I've brought that up, and I'm cutting out the crap in my life too. It brings up that bottom so that you just no longer put up with things that don't feel good, right? And your bandwidth comes up. So Jason's bandwidth is kind of a little bit low, really. So what he's saying is like, you're bringing him joy above his bandwidth, and it's like, no, I need to bring that down. It's not appropriate to feel so good. In time, Jason might raise his bandwidth and realize, because if you keep on experiencing things that are outside of your bandwidth, like things that are better than that, you will get used to it. You will raise it up. So hopefully. Be with nature, freedom, love and joy. So yeah, really good. Jason feels really good about you, like really good about you, but is kind of sabotaging to not go there, not to go with it, because it's kind of, it might feel to him like a little bit too good to be true, or that shouldn't be feeling so good about it. So if it's acting weird, that's why. Interesting one. Next up, we've got Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. I'm here, Barbara. Do you not see me? When, who, and how, if ever. When, who, and how. Not a small question. Who is tricky? Well, let's see. I guess I'm talking about your love life. Is that right? Okay, tell us something about Barbara's love life. Got a little hair or something irritating me. If you see Chicken Cat, let me know. She's not very well. She went missing for a couple of days. I didn't see her for 2 whole days. I'm like, where is she? She must be trapped in a room somewhere. She didn't come back. She was out there. I saw her when I was going to the bin, not yesterday, the day before, and like concave stomach, and just kind of stood there, like very weak. I'm like, oh my God, let's get some food in you. I picked her up and then she growled at me. She didn't want me, because I thought she's too weak to even make it to the food. She growled, so I put her down. I'm like, okay, I won't take you to the food then. Then she followed me very slowly back here. She came in, took a sniff at her food, wouldn't eat any of it, and just kind of sat there. Not very well at all. She wasn't much better yesterday either. So let me know if she arrives, because I need to help her a little bit. All the staff here know as well. I alerted them so that we can try and get some food into her. Don't know what's up with her. Anyway. So Barbara, you've got sabotage and fear of lack. Okay, here's the story. We see what we want to see in the world. We get confirmation of what we're believing, right? And it's not any particular kind of magic, really. It's just confirmation bias. And so someone that's like grumpy disposition, it's like everyone hates me, and they're really grumpy, then they will go around and they will be like noticing the people that hate them, or they'll be noticing things that go on and go, there, see, they hate me, you know? So it's like the lens that we have, yeah. So you've got sabotage and fear of lack. Fear of lack meaning like you asked, it's like your question, right? When, who, and how, if ever. It's that's coming from a place of lack, isn't it, that question? It's like, I don't believe it. And it's like, so you'll go out there and there'll be no people, there's nobody, you know? It's the lens that you're looking at it, and it's a sabotage. Barbara, it's a sabotage. And it's really tricky, isn't it, to turn that around, because we've got confirmation. It's like, but it's true. It's even trickier with money, I've found, to turn it around. Because when someone is in lack with money and they really are struggling and don't have the money to get what it is, and then someone sells them, oh, it's just the lens you're looking at it through. It's like, you're not seeing the money where it is. And I'm like, it's like, really, there's abundance. And then when you're in that lack, it's like, no, really, I don't have any money. It really isn't in my bank account, you know? It's so tricky because we get that confirmation. So what do we do with money then to turn that around? Well, we have to take our mind off it, and we have to go, look, I'm winding myself up with all of this. My well-being is more important than this subject. My well-being is more important than having a partner and finding a partner. My lovability, I am lovable anyway. Doesn't matter if I find someone else. You know, you got to make yourself feel really good despite it, and kind of talk yourself around, Barbara. Oh. And then once you've done that, reach out, connection. You've got to reach out to people and connect with them. You know? And that means being open, and that means, it doesn't mean you have to ask people out on dates. It does mean you have to, from this more positive mindset, or turning yourself away from the negative mindset. When you're out there, is just smiling at them, just smiling at people that have kind of okay energy or nice energy, just smiling at them. If they really have really nice energy, then you can say hello or mouth hello at them or whatever, you know. That just making that connection, it's being open, just little by little, and little by little you'll start getting confirmation to the opposite of what you've been getting. So it's about turning your energy around. Hey Robin. So when, who and how, if ever, well, it's all up to you, Barbara, is what that's saying. You're coming from a place of lack. Hey Lee. Hey Lee. So if anyone else wants one of those mini reads, then there you go. There's the link. You can book in at any point along the way. And let's get on with it. So twin flame reading now for the collective. Let's see what's going on. 11:11, is it? It's 8:11 here. Cards. Okay, twin flames. What's going on with twin flames? Anything? Oh, in Australia. Where in Australia are you, Lee? One of my trainers just went to Australia. He was in Sydney visiting a family. He's Thai, but he's got family in Australia. Visiting Australians. I mean, he's part Thai, part Australian. And then where is he now? It's just because it's going to be being a trainer near Townsville at a gym up there. So he just flew there. It's kind of weird seeing like someone from here there. It's like it doesn't belong, it belongs here. The High Priestess. Central Coast. Oh, nice. The High Priestess. High Priestess is our intuition. It's also about secrets as well. It's what you know. The Four of Cups, being left out, the disappointments, the why is it not happening for me? The Four of Cups to me as well is a disappointment that you haven't got your big, bright, shiny offer yet. The offer that you want. To me, it's kind of a positive card in a way, because this can be us sitting there rejecting anything else that we don't want and waiting for that rainbow offer to come in. But the whole energy of this Four of Cups card is a kind of I'm closing myself off to it. I've got my back to it. I'm not really recognizing it, even though it's there behind me. Got it? Nothing on the horizon and you're feeling it. But you never know. It might be right around the corner, right? Could be anyone, but if we're in that closed state and we don't like this, it's a closed state. This it is. It's a closed state, and so secrets, intuition, yet closed state. What's up with that? Ace of Cups, falling in love. Ooh. Oh, it's like we could feel really good. She's got her back to it though, right? She's got her back to the Ace of Cups. Oh, this is a bit intriguing. Wow. Manifesting. See how that flew out then? Manifest it. How do we manifest things? Well, have you ever won anything? I have. I'm pretty good at winning things. I always know before I win something. I know that I'm going to win it. One time when me and Jared first got together, I was with him for 6 years. Very good relationship, but kind of win-mate relationship. And we were going for a drink. I think it was one Sunday afternoon or something at the beach in Byron Bay. Beach Hotel in Byron Bay, and the scouts were there, and they had a big seafood tray that they were raffling off, And I was going to the bathroom, but just as the boys were coming round with the tickets, they're on the next table, and you could tell that they were coming to us next. So I said to Jared, I'm going to the bathroom, but you need to buy a ticket because we're winning it. We'll win this one. So just buy a ticket. And I gave him some money and went off to the bathroom, got back, he'd got the tickets. And then we just kind of sat there and enjoying the Sunday. And then, maybe it wasn't a Sunday, in fact, because they'd have music there on a Sunday. But then, they did the draw, and sure enough, we'd won it. And so then we went home, and we feasted on all of this seafood. And I've always done that. It's like, I know when I'm going to win. I just know. Now, is it that I am intuitive, or did I in fact manifest it? Did I manifest it through that knowing feeling? Or did I intuit that it was coming to me? Or is there no time, and so it doesn't matter which one it is? Is it a bit of both? Is it both combined? Going back to Barbara's reading, if we're in a feeling of lack like this, can it manifest? Even if it was going to manifest? No. We've got to be in alignment, right? And if we're not in alignment, then isn't that right? Because things aren't going to manifest. It's a bit of a trip, isn't it? This is saying that we're closed down. It is, it's both. And it's so hard to get our heads around it because the guides say, but there's no time. It's like, yeah, I cannot. My brain can't go there. That's like impossible. Impossible, but kind of open to, okay. We're so logical, right? We're so logical. It's like that's past and this is present and that's future. And if I do this, then I'll get to that. Because that's the way that life works for us. Anyway, it's something to think about. Because this is definitely saying we're shut down, holding back our energy. We've got the Seven of Cups. I need to read this out of the book, I don't know why. But Seven of Cups is about confusion about choices. Let's see. Oh, I'm doing something new today. I decided to boost this channel up a bit. Try and get more likes, subscribes, comments and all of that. What I'm going to do is from now on give a full Celtic Cross reading away each month to a subscriber. It's either, I haven't figured out yet, but let me know. It's to boost up my YouTube channel, so it needs to be about subscribers and likes and comments. But I also wanted to do it like something for those that get the deeper dive reads. I'll think about it. I'll think on it more, but I want to start that to try and just get this channel going again, because YouTube is really, I used to get 2,000, and that's bad enough, only about 2,000 views on my bigger card reads. It's gone down to 500 now. It's really bad. Really bad. So, yeah, I want to give away a full reading each month. Seven of Cups. Tell me what you think. Remember when I did that whole how many cards are in the bag? How many of these cards are in the bag? When I used to do stuff like that. It used to work pretty well. I used to get a lot of trashy comments and people just guessing and guessing and guessing, but it did bump up my YouTube channel a bit. Seven of Cups. On this card we see a woman in a dreamlike scene. The woman reclines on a bed of clouds in the sky, and her long auburn hair floats weightlessly. She's looking up at 7 shining stars, which symbolize the possibilities, opportunities, and choices she can make in life. The woman is choosing one star with her pointing one, but is it the right choice? The chosen star may not reveal the opportunity she's been longing for. The woman needs to wake up from this dreamlike state of illusions and focus on what's good for her. Wake up from this dreamlike state of illusions and focus on what's good for you. In the now, I feel. Let's get out of the fantasy and choose what's good for you right now. Choose what's good for you. Okay. See, I told you I had to read it out. Getting told off today by the guys. You're all naughty. Close down. Trying to manifest something, then blocking yourself. Woo! Justice. This card is coming out so much. It's the stuff that we deserve. Justice. Our good karma. We deserve it. We deserve good things. I think this is saying, well, choose it then. Choose the good thing. Ace of Swords. It could be. I don't know. That didn't come out right. The Hanged Man. So we need to change our minds. We need to see things from a different perspective. We need to change our mindsets. That's the key to all of this. Changing our mindsets. It's like we're manifesting it and going against ourselves here, and we need to get in the moment and choose what's good for us right now. Not try and project it in the future. Well, what if, and what if that turns into a red flag, you know. Let's not overthink this. Just make good choices for ourselves in the moment. I got some new coffee. I got some new coffee beans. They're Colombian decaf beans. This is the first time I'm having it today. I mean, today is the first time I'm having it. It's nicer than the Starbucks beans. So that's a winner. But it's in tiny packets. The good thing about Starbucks beans is it's like big packs. But tiny packets, I guess it'll keep it fresher though. Probably more expensive. I didn't figure it out. Don't think, feel. Yeah, we've got to listen to our hearts, right? Set our heart free. Ace of Cups. Tell us more. Tell us more then. Help us out. Ooh. Llamas or Lammas. It's the devil. Temptations. Or fears. Get very confused by holding our energy back, but being open. We don't hold our energy back. We're not supposed to hold our energy back. We're supposed to make good decisions. Like having boundaries isn't the same thing as holding our energy back. Boundaries means that we can be out there, being more open than ever, because we can trust ourselves in the moment to put a boundary up when it's really needed. Being closed down is having those boundaries up all the time, so you're just closed down. Okay, Lammas. Enjoyment of the physical world, indulgence or perhaps overindulgence, taking chances that may pay off or taking risks with too high a price. Okay, right, so it's about taking a chance here. Right, that's what the Seven of Cups is about. It's like, it's okay, we want the healthy relationship, we want the long-term relationship, and then we see someone, they're good for us, yes. But what if it isn't? What if they aren't? What if it doesn't turn into the long-term thing? Universe, I need a sign here, sign then that. You need to tell me that this is it. What if it isn't? What if I'm putting my heart into this again and then it turns out like the rest of them? It's that kind of stuff. Being overly cautious, but trying to figure it out ourselves is what this is saying. And this is kind of saying, would you just trust the universe a little bit more? It's like, yeah, but I trusted the universe so many times. The universe says, yeah, but that was when you were a bit stupid and you used to let all kinds of shit in your life. Oops. Oh, yeah, you're right. Nine of Water, Lakshmi. Abundance. The Nine of Water promises increased prosperity, but oh, making a mess. Both material and spiritual, as well as others to share it with. Blessings and gifts and revelations abound as if from nowhere, simple in response to your own generous actions and simple requests. It's very manifesty. An interesting law seems to be at work with Lakshmi. It seems that she's able to give without restriction, and by doing so only increases her own prosperity and her generosity. In a symbiotic twist, she needs those to give to in order to increase her own blessings. Likewise, it would seem that we also, in order to fully enjoy our blessings, need others with whom to share. Lakshmi seems to teach us that giving increases rather than lessens our prosperity. So giving love increases it rather than lessens it. There's something about sharing here and our fears to do that, our fears to take a risk, to choose. I'm feeling like that at the moment. That it's like I'm really wary to make the first move, real move, and to make that choice. I don't know if you guys are experiencing something similar. Does that clear it up for you, Maria? That whole boundaries allow us to be even more open. When we don't have boundaries, we have to hide away like a hermit because we can't trust ourselves, right? Or because if we open up, then we'll get walked all over. But if we've got boundaries and we don't get walked all over, then we can be truly open because we can trust ourselves. The God, Divine Masculine, there he is. The Crone of Fire. She blows the light out, you see? She snuffs out that flame, the passion. It's like, no, I will not have that passion around here. Okay. When I was holding this card up, you might have seen me smirk a little bit. It's because of what the guides were saying to me, because I saw the horns there and I heard horny beast. That's what I heard. And I'm like, this is YouTube, I can't say that, but I can say it. Horny beast is what they said. Divine masculine, horny beast, the fire, the passion. And then there she is snuffing it out. That's Queen of Swords kind of energy. Whether to make the first move or not is the hard, yeah, I know. It's like, oh, is making the first move putting me in the masculine or, but then you've got to ask yourself, have I been open and forthcoming kind of thing, and, you know, opening the doorway for them, which apparently is the feminine. You open the door energetically to them or physically, so that they can walk through it, to make them comfortable enough, because remember they are lacking courage too. So we've got to make it easy for each other. Bit of give and take. But Crone of Fire, she snuffs that flame out. So this, yeah, they might be getting very passionate about it, but if the Divine Feminine is closed off, then she kind of snuffs out that energy in them. Look at her there, looking at him. Look at this dynamic. It's very frosty. He's there, horny beast. She's like, psh, blow that out. Let's put that out right now. Oops. When were we told to flirt more? Was that last week? Oh, what have we got now? Oh. The Four of Water. Diving into the well. What's the Four of Water? Healing. The Four of Water brings with it a promise of healing of some sort, emotional, physical, or perhaps of a relationship. Although there may be a bit of pain involved, the long run promises relief and smooth sailing. So this is saying you're still a bit wounded and that's why you're shut down. The Mother of Earth, she's like, bring on the harvest. She is, I know what she is. She's bring on the, harvest. Bring on the lovers. A lot of us, we are wounded and we're closed, and yet we're wanting this to happen. It's like, can't the masculine just make the efforts? Can't I just be closed and they, because that's what happens in Hallmark movies. often. It's like she can be really closed and he just comes in and sweeps her off her feet. No effort required on the Divine Feminine's part. She doesn't have to heal herself and open up. She can just be swept off her feet. He just goes on in there and he's healthy. That's a good thing, right? He sweeps on in there and he's healthy and opens her up. It's like, yeah, I want someone to do that. I don't want to do the work. I want them to do the work. But when we're in that energy, it's not the healthy ones that come along and do that. It's the unhealthy ones that come and do that. The healthy ones will respect where we're at, will respect our boundaries, right? And you're all boundaried up. They're not going to be the ones that are going to come in and sweep you off your feet. It's the unhealthy ones that will do that. The ones that will barge through your boundaries and go, oh, this one's closed, but I can break this one. I can get to her. And you might have experienced that before. I know I have. If you're waiting for the ones that will overcome your boundaries, be careful, because they're the ones that do not respect your boundaries. Beltane, the Lovers, bring it. And this is when if you have had a dry patch, if you have been like, shut down from the whole loving thing for some time, this is when that can be that big hurdle to get over. I mean, to get our flirt on when we haven't had anything like that for a long time is tricky. It's tricky to get back into that energy. And it's the reason that every time for me, before I get into a serious relationship, there'll be one fling. It's like I open myself up, there'll be a fling, and then once I'm in that open energy, then the long-term one will come in. Maybe I need to have a fling. The Lovers. Following your heart, making a good choice. A happy, healthy partnership, finding a perfect match. Yes. So we've got to be in the moment, right? And break through those fears that we've got that have us shut down. To what? To make the first move, to make some kind of a move, whether that be flirting or, smiling, whatever that next move is, to be open. To not be this one. To not be this one. That's like a big judgment right there. Okay, what else? So healing, more healing, brings on that harvest, the Lovers. Healing. Got the Wheel of the Year, cycles, movement, fate. It can't just happen to us if we're closed down. But we've got a lot of good cards on the table, you see. So it's trying to happen. We are manifesting it. This is saying like manifesting, you're cutting it off. So there's a lot of manifestational energy here, and then it's cutting it off. The 10 of Fire, it's in the stars. So we're manifesting it. The 10 of Fire is that we are manifesting it, and it's, what can I liken it to? It's that one sabotage that cuts it off. But it's like when I first started off my business, right? And say I was like, doing these YouTube. Oh, and let's give the example of what's her name? I don't know what her name is. The astrologer that I follow. What's her name? Wonder Girl. She was Wonder Girl. Now she's Ethereal Astrology. This is what she does, right? So she puts out the full moon and the new moon videos, and it's great. It's got so much information in it. She doesn't once tell us like what she's offering, like services. She doesn't sell us a thing, right? And then in her last video, she was saying like how she might have to give up what she's doing because it's just not working for her and she's losing money. And I commented on it saying, but you've never once sold us anything. I don't even know what you offer. I don't know if you offer private sessions or anything. It's like she's doing all the right things, manifesting it, doing all the right things. She's probably focused on what it is that she wants from it, and then she never once tells people what she's actually offering. That's a huge sabotage, right? That's the kind of thing that I think every woman does, until you work on that kind of stuff. And it's quite confronting, how we learn to kind of belittle ourselves, or to give, thinking that it's going to come back to us, like someone will notice that we're giving, and then they'll give back to us. It's like, no, you can't do that. You've actually got to tell people, right? And this is saying that we're kind of doing a similar kind of thing here, is putting a lot of work into it, but then there's just that one thing that cuts it off. So, healing, huh? Let's do Starchild Tarot then. To try and zero in on this. So give us some, okay. Give us some, like, what we need to hear to open up. Not convinced about these two, but it's definitely that one and that one. Ooh. Temperance and the Emperor. The Three of Swords and the Knight of Crystals. Okay, let's see what these messages are. Temperance, what number are you? I went for a walk this morning on the beach with my 8-kilogram weight vest on for an hour, just short of an hour. And the beach is a mess this morning. It seems that a boat has dumped its load, or sank, but probably dumped its load, and its load was a bunch of tree crap. The beach is full of it this morning, like a container ship full of tree crap has dumped everything. The beach is just covered with it. It's going to be a massive clean-up job. But you know what? I think it's karma, because this island, years ago, when there was a massive flood here, and it brought down a lot of trees and, all the waterways, they flowed to the ocean, of course. There was a lot of tree garbage from this island on the beach. And what did they do? They dumped it all picked it up and put it into like long-tail boats, and then took it out to the channel, and then dumped it in the channel to make it someone else's problem. And it would have all landed on someone else's beach, right? Now we've got it all here. We've got someone else's problem on these beaches. Anyway, bit of island news. Still nice though, going for a walk. Temperance. Temperance reminds us to be mindful of any decisions we make at this time. There may be a need for balance, moderation, or a reassessment of personal goals. In the grand scheme of things, and after everything you've been through, it's important to connect with the larger scope of your life. What gives you a sense of purpose and joy? Temperance also reminds us to be patient, loving, and caring in order to successfully manifest our hopes and dreams. Patient, loving, and caring. Got it? This card may also be an indication that you should bide your time with any long-term goals and advance gracefully and methodically with your plans. Harmony comes with moderation in all things, mind, body, and spirit. Spiritual growth comes from learning the big life lessons along the way through the myriad of experiences, both positive and negative. Okay? And then the Emperor. The Emperor. The Emperor indicates a time for reinforcing a sense of clarity and direction in your life. Where's your life headed? I know where mine is. I know who my match is. I don't know whether it's going to be a match forever, but I know who he is right now. I'm the one that's matching me right now. The execution of a specific plan or idea will need your inner strength and organization in order to manifest properly. Be a strategic thinker. This card may also signify an authoritative figure as much as a state of mind. Sometimes the existence of power lies in the ability to distinguish thoughts and actions that are damaging and aggressive to those that are nurturing and positive. There's something about power here. Yes, and this is a message that has been given a few times now. What I'm getting now, the energy of this is Empress. We've been ahead. We got to the Empress energy before the Emperors got to their energy. So we got to divine feminine energy before they did. So we feel more in control, in power, empowered than the divine masculine does right now. They're on catch up. They're looking up to the Empress. Empress holds the power at the moment. That means whoever holds the power, the other one defers to. It's unlikely that the Emperor is going to make the first move to someone that is looking up to. There's something in that, if that's resonating with you. When you consider the essence of love behind your choices, stability and strength will manifest with ease. This card also denotes intelligence, power and mental organization, and an ability to think on a larger scale when it comes to raising your vibe to a higher state of awareness. This defines what you truly prioritize and how you choose to use your energy in life. What you give out always returns. This is about power. And for once, the Emperor card isn't about the divine masculine. Well, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It's about, because see who we've got here on the bottom of the deck is the Empress. And then when I put the deck down and I saw the Empress there, I'm like, there's something in that. Then the Three of Swords, heartbreak. This is about the healing, right? This is what I was asking about. Tell us what to heal. Tell us how to do this, that, and... So we've got ourselves to the Empress state of mind, feeling very powerful, but it would kind of shut off as a result. Three of Swords, a more ominous card than most. The Three of Swords often reflects moments of loss, pain, betrayal, or heartbreak. Although the presence of these obstacles may feel overwhelming, very often a greater lesson will transform out of the darkness. From these experiences comes a clarity and potential to create new opportunities. How we face adversity can have a lifelong effect on our happiness and consciousness if we choose to habitually focus on the negativity. Right. So this is like you healed yourself, bring yourself out of the negativity now. And I was walking down the beach today. That's what the message that I got. Victim mentality, no more. It's really sabotagey. That victim mentality. How we face adversity can have a lifelong effect on our happiness and consciousness if we choose to habitually focus on the negativity. Your innate strength and wisdom will emerge as you realize your full potential to grow and learn from past mistakes or challenges. It's not always a mistake that we've made. Sometimes we truly are victimized. But then if we stay in that victim energy, our life is just going to be shit the whole time. We've got to get ourselves out of that. We've got to rise up. You alone have the power to rise above the shadows and reach a state of higher state of being. That's why it's the healing, right? That's why the healing has come up. You're emerging out of a negative phase of your life. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and now you must continue to move forward. You've acknowledged your pain and have been able to process it into a positive learning experience. Now we've got to turn our minds around. That's what it is. Now we've got to start thinking positively. Now it's safe to start thinking positively. I don't know if you guys had this experience, but did you get into the law of attraction? Did you try and pull yourself out of negativity through that, like a false positivity? And then did that get you into trouble? Because that can have us being more wary. And I noticed that in myself. It's like, yeah, now I'm healed, now I'm empowered, but now I'm overly pessimistic. Now I'm overly like looking out for the red flags and all of that kind of thing. Rather than being optimistic and then when a red flag shows up, like going, no, not this. I'm looking for it, you know, and that's that lens. And I don't want to be like that. I want to be open and positive. Yet empowered for when the shit shows up, because it will. You've acknowledged your pain and been able to process it into a positive learning experience. Know that love is not only still present in your life, it will begin to increasingly reveal itself as... Know that love is not only still present in your life, it will begin to increasingly reveal itself more as you heal within. Wonderful. And the Knight of Crystals. Who's this dude here? Who is it? It's the energy, I think. The Knight. An extremely loyal and responsible person. The Knight of Crystals will always follow through with their promises and plans. They're extremely patient, level-headed, and can think diligently in any situation. The Knights of Crystals may not be the most adventurous type, but they make loving and devoted friends and partners. If you're seeing this in somebody, something to pay attention to. They can, however, be overly cautious or conservative. Here we go. So if you've got your eye on someone that's like this, they are the type to be, because they're the Knight of Crystals, they're the type to be overly cautious and conservative. In other words, definitely not the person that is going to, not bamboozle, what's the word? Like break through your guards at all. Way too loyal for that. They're respecting your boundaries. It makes them seem inflexible to others, but no, they're just cautious and respectful. The kind of person that you want: committed, hardworking, conservative, detail-oriented, stubborn, nature lover. I'm not saying that that's who you want, but that's what it says on this. Because they are like that, they are definitely not going to be the ones that will break through if we're closed down like this. Change in mindset is needed. And then we've got the Empress card. I need to read that out as well, because she's sat there on the bottom of the deck and she means to be there for sure. So the Empress, let's see if we can get more out of this. The Empress represents the power of divine feminine magic, transmutation and self-expression. This card suggests that you may be experiencing feelings of inner growth, a new development of ideas, or a renewed sense of sensuality. These changes and shifts may manifest in various ways: through prosperity, abundance, of birth, productivity, success, healing, or loving relationship with others. Take this time to nurture your body and explore new adventures and activities outdoors. Be free in celebrating the senses of your being, body, mind, and spirit. So if this is like you have been in that negative rut, this is saying this is how to get into your sensuality, ladies. Nurture your body and explore new adventures and activities outdoors. Be free in celebrating the senses of your being, body, mind, and spirit. You might want to dance and stuff like that. When you honor your creativity, you connect with the blueprints of your inner truth and higher self, an extremely charged period of exploration and abundance. Creativity and expression, pleasure. Fertility, Mother Nature, Goddess, Divine Feminine. Here you go. Let's just read the reversed out as well. The existence of low energy or a blockage of ideas and creative expression. A need to utilize your skills and resources in order to manifest more harmony into your life. This card may also indicate an indecisiveness or struggle in relationship, or an overall sense of limbo where you're searching to find a solution to a problem. Something seems to be missing. This indicates a need for introspection. I'm having trouble with long words today. This indicates a need for introspection and to really question your life priorities and happiness. Are you truly happy? What will make you happy? What will make your heart happy? What can you do to establish a sense of peace and purpose again? What other avenues of self-expression have you been wishing to pursue? There we go. We need to open up to our sensuality. Sensuality. Thank you, Laura. Hello, Laura. Got a mini reading from Laura. Let's do it now before I get some cards out for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. When will my ex-spouse leave me alone? Oh, he's been following me for 12 years, won't let go. Oh my God, Laura, sorry to hear that. They do find it hard to let go, guys, more than women. What's up with this? What can Laura do? Anything? Passion and expansion. So, this is suggesting that your ex's energy is holding you back a bit. Like, pulling you back to, you're still connected. Be really interesting to give you an energy healing, Laura, because you're still connected to them. And we don't want to be connected to our exes anymore, right? You know, like an etheric cord and stuff like that. It's emotional connection still. And as you're trying to like expand, make changes in your life, it's pulling you backwards all the time. This is beyond the scope of a mini read, but yeah, I would suggest getting like a reading and an energy healing together so I can really get into this. Because the reason I say that energy healing is specifically because the energy healings, they do something, but they don't do anything for the long term, right? The energy healings will do something in the moment. But the reading, if you know the information at the same time as when I do cord cuttings and all of that kind of thing and clean your energy up, then you'll have the clarity to be able to put in place what is in the reading, and it's a lot easier than when you've got that energy pulling you backwards, you know what I mean? And then you can make the changes that will not reconnect yourself to that energy. Anyway, because yeah, I'm getting a definite feeling here that as you're trying to move ahead, move into new things, you've got this, it's almost like a bungee cord attached to you, pulling you backwards. Better feeling thoughts and I am that. You've got some guilt around it. That's what's connecting you still, is your guilt. So you've got some thoughts that aren't good. You could have better feeling thoughts about it. It's stopping you from realizing the true essence of who you are. It's like, what you say, 12 years ago. 12 years ago, you were labeled as something, or you labeled yourself as something, or you did and other people did too in that moment. And you've held on to that and you feel guilty about that. That's your part in it. Interesting. So this is up to you to set yourself free from it. Can't wait for them to set themselves free, right? Because they're probably not doing the work. You can set yourself free from it. You can break it from your side, though. And if you do that, it might not stop them from doing what it is that they're doing, but it will stop it being a match. Do you know what I mean? If you're not a match, then they will start taking it out on someone else. They won't be able to reach you anymore. So interesting, Laura. That's what I've got for you. Are you live, Laura? I'll put it in here anyway. I'll send you the link anyway. But yours, how far into this are we? I don't know. I can't, how can I tell when it is? Oh, 8:54. 54 minutes, so I can just look at the time. Duh. Sometimes I'm a bit stupid. Okay. let's do it. Let's get some cards out for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. The sun is warming up my toe, which is feeling kind of nice. As I've got a cross ball down here, and I'm rolling the arch of my foot on it. I have got problems with this leg. The more I'm working with Rachel, who I'm going to see tomorrow, on aligning it and sorting out all my muscles and stuff like this, the more I'm realizing my Achilles on this side is really tight. And not only that, I never straightened that left leg properly. And I've started to straighten it properly now. And there's a problem with like one of the, like the interior, I can't remember what it's called now, but the interior part of my quads firing to like stabilize that knee. It's like the more I'm doing, the more I'm realizing needs to be done. What a mess that whole side is. But it's fascinating. I was totally compensating before, like in a really messy way. And so, yeah, I'm having to roll my foot around a lot because as I'm making these changes, of course, it's changing everything about my body on that side. Divine Masculine, got the desert, feeling left out, feeling like hopeless. Ooh, feeling hopeless. Feeling very disempowered at the moment. I feel like wanting to come toward the Empress, but feeling like shut out and feeling like no hope. Doesn't know what to do, the desert. The Hunter though, wants to, got his eye on the prey, on the Empress, wants to, it's just the how. It's like I don't see how. I think that Knight of Crystals is very important, you know, that came out. I think it's like, this is a responsible, loyal kind of a person. They're not going to break through. The Vassal, this came out for them last time as well. It's the mother energy. Wish I had the book for this. The nurturing mother energy, the cup. I don't know. Divine Masculine. It's not them. And so they're trying to be funny about it. Comic, I don't like this card. I really don't like this card. Cat with like weird eyes. It's like a reptile's eyes behind the cat. It's just horrible. No, it's not a reptile. It's, I don't know. Yuck. It's the trying to be light about something that really isn't light. So they're not showing how they're feeling. Talking about cats, where is she? The Destroyer. Wow. And kind of getting a little bit with it all. Very frustrated with it all. Pretending to be happy, but very frustrated. Feeling left out. It's getting to them. Oh dear. Divine Feminine. Yeah. The Starborn. She feels ready, like this is about to happen. But the cave, but there she is hiding away, like the Hermit. It's not going to happen when she's being the Hermit. Because they've got too much respect. The Fault Line, okay. So this is a weakness. This is your usual sabotage. The way that you usually shut things out. It's happening again. Just as something seems to be breaking through. Anima Mundi is about manifestation. You're manifesting this, you're manifesting it, you're manifesting it. The nectar. The good stuff. And the nectar, this is like the sensuality as well. It's the good things in life, the sweet things in life. Manifesting the sweet things in life. Just, we've got to realize what our weakness is, how we shut these things out. It's the usual sabotage that we do. Divine Feminines. It's got something to do with hiding away in the cave, retreating back. not being forthcoming, not being open. Feminine, divine feminine energy is open. Okay, enough. So, divine feminines are holding this back at the moment is what this is saying, and the divine masculine is becoming very frustrated with it. And you know, this is when we get toxic masculine energy out of the masculine as well, when they get frustrated with it all. Not to say that it's our fault, of course. It takes two to tango, but you can't just like point out toxic masculinity and say it's all of that, it's just them, they need to sort it out. Because what are they going to do? That's like saying like our toxicity, divine feminine's toxicity is all our fault, when a lot of our toxicity comes about because of the terrible things that has happened to us from toxic masculine. It's like we can't keep on batting it back and forth like that, you know? We've got to take our part in it and do what we can to heal all of this. Whew. Called out. We've got our work cut out for us then. Remember, it said sensuality and pleasure, opening up to those kind of things and being more open. You don't have to do it. It's easier to open up into those energies in the easy ways. We don't have to do it. You don't have to say like, okay, now it's my mission to open up to the masculine in you know, those sensual ways and all of that. It's like, oh, don't make it so tricky for yourself and try and do it in the most difficult way. First of all, do it in the easy ways. Open into that energy, I don't know, in your room first by dancing around, you know, stuff like that. Let it build up. That's my suggestion anyway. Any more suggestions? So I will be doing a pick a card read today, which is the Full Love Tarot. Check that out on my YouTube channel later. And as I said, I want to do I want to have a giveaway each month. Maybe I'll do 2. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'll do 2. I'll give away 2 readings every month. One of them for subscribers who like and comment on the video. So the more comments you do, the more likes and comments on each video, then the more you have chance to win. And also one for the, just picked out at random, of those purchasing the deeper dive reads as well. That's what I'll do. Try and get this going a little bit more, because I want to carry on doing it, but I'm not going to carry on doing it if YouTube doesn't show people, because it's just wasted energy. I might as well put my time into my new channel, which I've made some mega purchases for that. It required investment this morning, $500 for Final Cut Pro, because I've had my 3 months trial now of it. And that ended yesterday, and the camera, so that I can get proper footage of that. So it's a lot of investment, and I'm going to go for it. So yeah, check that out on my YouTube channel. Thanks everyone for coming along. Thanks for booking those mini reads. Any of the mini reads booked from now will be done in Wednesday. So let's do this all over again in 2 days' time, and try and be open until then, and let me know what goes on. See you all. Bye.